share. Can you see my screen? You see what I'm sharing here?
Yes, yes,
Good, great. So good. Let's grab up where we have been last time. It was mainly about ERP and 5 forces.
Nice paint background.
My son has done this. You mean this Japanese anime, right?
Yep.
He's a, I don't know. I'm coaching a football team, and they're all around 16, and they all like this anime and PlayStation mainly. Yeah, so he did that. My private notebook, yeah. So good. Yeah. We spoke about ERP. You see here, I don't know if you have seen that last time. This is an example of a typical mask in ERP where you see certain information about the client, and you can see here, you can check then profile of a certain client, which people are involved, which communications took place, leads coming from anywhere, opportunities, and if you have an opportunity, you can see then details from a potential client, starting with the business you do with this client, which business, who is in charge of that, the spend. So this is not, this is only a more blank picture, but normally it's filled with information, right? And normally you don't have not only one opportunity. An opportunity means it is a project, which can vary to a certain volume, starting from I don't know, 500K up to 10 or 50 million. And usually you have more than one opportunity. You have certain documents. You get information when software needs or contracts needs to be renewed, and also you see the company team. So, and if you click now on the opportunity button, which is this one, the CRM ERP system show you certain projects which are in place. You see here, there's a firewall orchestration project. Here you see another project also on the same area of business. And you see here, it's a firewalling project which should replace an existing firewall, which is from Cisco ASA. I don't know, we haven't got security, or so far this was with the other students, I guess. You see here then, there's then a project which is this one. Make it big. Yeah. This one is a replacement of an existing, and FortiGate is the replacing project for this one. And FortiGate is a project from Fortinet, which is a firewall and security supplier. And the adhering service you find here, and you see it's a renewal, which means this contract exists but needs to be renewed, and it's in a data center in Montreal. So you see a cybersecurity consulting RFP, And you see here, for instance, another FortiGate. So each single project has one line, and if you click on this line, you see all the details from such a project. OneStrike, for instance, is the client project name for the RFP, for the request for proposal they released. And this one here is named Mass Decom, which means decommission. This is an interesting part because normally if you think about sales and product and service within IT, you think about buying something. But another big part is if you switch from one technology to another technology, then you have to remove the technology which is existing, which is the legacy hardware and software. And for this, you need to organize a decommission, which means all the servers you have in place, all the hardware, network, routing, switching needs to be replaced. And the problem is because there's critical and key information on your hardware. You need to have a compliance process in place to make sure that no data from third persons or from patients got lost. So you have to put that into a project, which you normally call decom. And this projects you have to fulfill on-site. So this means if you switch them from one to another technology, you have to go in and you have to, to remove all the servers, routing and switching instances, the storage capabilities. So you have to drive them down, and you have to make sure that if you build that out, that you either bring that into a remarketing project. I don't know, I don't see it here. Or you have to destroy. If you decommission something and you bring that into remarketing, you have to make sure that you fulfill certain rules and obligations, which means before you build out, let's say, files and storage capacities, that you delete all the data or that you switch it to the new instance, and that you make sure that no client, patient, or whatever data gets lost or stays with the old hardware. So if you do not remarketing, which means you usually sell it in somewhere in Asia, these are the biggest remarketing, let's say, companies who buy legacy servers, storage, switching, routing. So either you have then to delete the information from the hard drive, or you have to shredder that. So destroy it without the possibility to get access to, protect the data. And especially in health IT, this is very important. And ERP and CM help you to see when you click then on this project, which technology, which servers, which storage capacities do you have with the client, and which one you need to consider for the decommission. So this is where ERP then helps you just to line that out. And so you see here, it's a comparably big volume. And here you see, this is what ERP helps you to see what is your profit on this. And with what is the opportunity ID? And the opportunity ID is important because everyone from project management, sales, marketing, service can access this project now under this number here to get all the information where is this hardware that needs to decommission, at which site, who's the contact, who's the contact person, what's the project plan, who's in the team who manage the decommission project. So each information can be accessed via this opportunity ID number. So in the past it was project number, now it's opportunity ID, because I think it sounds more positive than just project number. So as you can see, such projects you usually find in your ERP system. You see here another security from Thales, and also here DTMS. And here you see this is not an RFP, which means request for proposal, so a tender. This is an RFI, which means request for information. These are projects where you have to provide information to clients, and usually this is information about the project and the ideas you have, and how you can help the client to come to an RFP by making suggestions, provide advisory, and help the client to find a way to get to an RFP for this field, which means DTMS, which is digital technology management system. So this is something that adheres to workplace. So here the question was, how can you, DTMS is let's say the abbreviation for a workplace project, and it means workplace. You see that here, and this is about desktop, telephony, notebook, monitor, so everything included in a workplace. So you see here, you can then make also assumptions, or you can make reports about how many projects you have, what the total volume is on this, what your total margin will be for all these projects, and what the timeline is. Why do you need that? The reason is, with such a pipeline, you can now create reports for the upper management, for the project team, and everyone can see, okay, what is our project load? What is the pipeline for my projects? What will be the forecast? So, and how's the development of the client? So for instance, to get now to a forecast means you would click on this project and you would see for this 2.5 million project, you have a 50% chance, because there are 4 competitors, but only one competitor has the same pricing and capabilities that you have. And if the decision is a 50-50 decision, you would take now the half of this volume, 1.3, I don't know, million, and you would take it for, in this case, for March. The forecast would say 1.3 million for March, which you would report to the management, and which the management would report to shareholders. The pipeline is then something, let's say, project, for instance, for this one here, it's in the future. It has a potential volume of 45 million and 3.7 million of profit, but it's not sure, will it come to an RFP or will it stay on the status of a request for information, and the RFP will not come in October. It will come maybe in Q1 23. So if you would bring that now onto your forecast, the company would have a problem because you have to plan the resources for the project management team, for the technicians, the sales team, the solution design. So you would create a big team to prepare for the RFP, because normally to answer an RFP requires lots of human resources and knowledge on certain fields of technology, which in this case is workplace. So, and if it would come only in 23, you wouldn't need to reserve or to book a whole team to reply to the RFP when you know it may come in 23. Then you would say, okay, I have a pipeline of 44 million, but the forecast is weak, so not plannable. And here you would say, this is in the pipeline, but it's not sure if it comes or not. So this would be a project for pipeline. So and this is how you manage your ERP CM tool. Oh, you have questions on that?
Professor, I have a question. Can we have a short practice of required model of the SAP software in this semester for the ERP system?
So I'm using Salesforce and SAP and stuff. I don't know if we have in our lab an ERP system. So you mean for practicing a bit?
Practical, yeah. I need it.
This is a good question, yeah.
Because basically, if we will implement the things, then we can remind in a better manner instead of just reading the steps. I think so.
I absolutely agree. And I know we have a lab with health information system, which should now be open again because it was closed for 2 years, where we implemented certain software, and there should be also an ERP system. The best system for you would be either SAP or Salesforce.
Yeah, because it's it's not demanding and on the market, and I want to do it as well. So it can be possible that you provide.
I asked that, yeah.
Okay.
We have
in the lab or in the online.
Yeah, we have workstations, and we have software on them. I need to check. Wait, I have to write that down, otherwise I will forget that.
Okay.
I have to ask Georgi and Brigitte. But this is good. I remember in the first days when we opened the campus in Pfarrkirchen, and the idea was that we have a lab for the practical work, and this was not only for ERP or other courses, it was also for HRS systems, so health information systems, and for telemedicine tools.
And they are practicing the tools through the online version, so you can implement it in your subject as well.
Online version would be good, or because we have workplaces there, if we have, let's say, 10 desks or workstations, you could do it also on campus.
Okay, sure.
If it's there. So I will ask.
Thanks.
Is anybody of you in our lab, in our practice room?
I can join early.
Michael, have you been in our room? Has anybody invited you?
Don't think so.
Okay. I will show you when I'm inside, but maybe we can do it earlier. I will speak with Brigitte and with Georgi. They have a key. It's in the basement, and it's a room especially for students just to practice the certain software we have. Good that you have asked. I was there, but I remember when we had the lockdown, the first lockdown 2 years ago, It was closed, and I don't know if it's open again, but it should be now. Yeah, here you can see if you would have now access to such a system, how do I open that? What can I see? Which information? And you can automatically create pipeline view, project view, forecast, customer development and stuff. So, and you are right. If you do that on your own and you play a little bit with such a software with an ERP software, it's much easier and better to understand. I'm not sure if Salesforce has a student version. I will check that. And maybe you can get that even for free in the net. I'm not sure. I have to check. So, but let's speak about that next time so that we do not forget. I like the idea. Good. Here again, an example of such an opportunity. You see here 17% margin. This is another view. You see the total revenue. You see in which sector has this opportunity been created, who was in charge, who's the opportunity owner. It's not very filled again, but it's with some details. Here you see for the decommission, where's the decommission take place? This is Amsterdam, Frankfurt, Brod, and Waldorf. It's a new deal, right? All this information then gets turned into a view where you can put all the information together and have then a management view. You see that here. This is an example for your forecast, right? And you see here, the forecast is then divided into certain rows, which mean contractual service. This is an operational service, which means a service where you cover a certain technology with an underlying service level agreement, which can be 24/7. So every day, every hour, something is protected. If you have an incident, you can call a certain hotline and they help you. Professional service is if you do certain things like cabling or you implement security and you hire certain technicians who do a task. So this is project work, also known as build. So you implement something. Then you see here resources on demand. This is when you have on-call services, when someone says to you, okay, I don't know if I need you, but I need an on-call service. So if I have an issue, please help me, but we need somehow a certain availability and a certain service level agreement behind. You see the whole topic of hardware, which is divided into data center business, security, workplace, and this here's network. It's not. Let's see if I make it smaller. It's again security, but it's also network normally in such rows. So now you can see what is the revenue, right? What is the contractual revenue? And you see here's the forecast for everything included. So for all projects, you see each account principal is included, and you see here now a line of the revenue, and you see here it goes down, right? You have a certain volume of business you do in March, which is around 13 to 14 million. But here it goes down, then it recovers a bit, and in June it goes up again. And you see here, these are two types of business. And here, this gray field is, which is not decided yet. And in July, you see kind of a flat line. And the same is here for, this is the profit on this. So, and how do you come to this money? Distribution, profit, or you can say some say margin. So now for the management, now is important. I have here 14 million. This is how this 14 million value was created. You have it's a big data center project, and there's some cabling, and you see here this is the profitability of the deal. So this is what you earn, and this is the revenue of the whole project, and this is how you get this number for March concerning revenue and towards contribution. And both together gives a clear picture to the management what to expect and how to plan the resources. And this is mainly, as I said, human resources. It's a project team, it's the bid team, it's the sales team, because on bigger projects like this, you have a team of people working on that. And they are all connected to the ERP system. So this means all these values, which you can see here on this mask, the same information is now in each system, even in the project management system, so that everyone has the same level of information. So, is it clear? Do you have a question on that? Because otherwise, I would switch to now the next point, which is customer relationship management. No question? So let's move on. So this was the part ERP, and you have seen these masks. You have checked are also part of customer relationship management. And customer relationship management is one application within an ERP system, which gets filled from the other parts of ERP system. But customer relationship management is the biggest portion of any ERP system. So on why do you need that? You need to have a view on your client, on your customer, and for this, the CRM tool was created. It was mainly for marketing, automation, scheduling meetings, tracking of clients, of projects, of meetings. It's an assistant to schedule, to acquire clients. And in such a CRM system, you try to capture each information, hopefully only the relevant ones, of the marketing and the client database. So it is, from a sales perspective, a tool where you can optimize your client approach. And I think we have spoken about that last time. You either have cross-selling or upselling opportunities. Cross-selling is you have sold an MIT, 3 Tesla for 1.5 million. And now you give advice to the clinic or the hospital where you have sold the MRT, and you convince them they do not only need an MRT, but also a computer tomograph or another MRT with 1.5 Tesla to fulfill or to utilize their potential patients and to utilize the capacity they have in their clinic and to earn more money, make more profit. this is what's meant by cross-selling. Cross-selling is selling related products to the same client, for instance, in this case, a certain clinic. But this can be anything. Cross-selling in the IT is also if you sell then something into the network area, and now you reach out to workplace services, or you have projects in the data center area. This is then cross-selling. And upselling is selling better ones than the ones you have here. And maybe you have sold an let's say a building block and a workplace model. You say now, okay, there's something new, software-based. You sell something based on a hyperscaler solution, and you bring the client into the cloud, and you have better service, or you have additional software. So you sell something more advanced, or you offer more advanced products. So it's about cross-selling and upselling. It's just that you have heard, you don't need to write it down, and will not be part of the exam, if that should be your question, but that you know at least what it is. So what is included in such a CRM tool? It's a real-time access to certain customer database. You have in this database also information for call centers, which you today name as contact center. So, which means when you call a certain hotline, a service hotline, and they recognize you by your phone number. So it happens often to me. If I call another company and I want to get information or advisory, that when they see my call and they pick up the phone, they already know my name and know the information about me and what I will ask. You see that if you call, for instance, hotline of banking institutes, or if you call clinics which an advanced ERP software, that they recognize you, or that they have all the information on you available without forwarding you to other agents or other persons, so that they can directly help you. It's not very often, and often in hotlines you see you have to wait and nothing happens. You wait for an hour and no one picks up. You only hear this annoying music. But in some cases, if you have a good CRM system, the calls are routed to the people who directly can help you. And this should be the aim of each CRM solution. So, and as I said, the underlying software to recognize you is not so complicated, and you can subscribe them with buying your ERP system. So for SAP and Salesforce and Oracle, you have such tools included, and it's a both-way solution. This means if you directly call or you do acquisition calls to clients, to customer or to patients, you know which status their contracts have, and you can call them, and your knowledge is available. So if you get a call, they already know what's the background and what's the reason for this call, and they can provide you any information. And the other way around, if you call them, they have the same level of information and they can directly help you. So it's about level of information. And what happens is a mask pops out if you click on a certain name, or if the number gets transmitted, your telephone number, it automatically opens a page with your details. And this is why they know how they can help you.
What is the exact abbreviation of CRM? Customer relation management or client relation management?
Everything. And in each industry, if it's health industry, if it's automobile, if it's service industry, if it's software, so it contains everything. And the main target is for any calls you do inside, external or internal, that you always have the software popping up with the information from the client, from the person you call. So for instance, if you call your insurance company, your health insurance company, they would recognize you by name, and they would say which contracts you have, and they would say hello with saying your name. If they do not have such tools, they would ask her, what is your name? What's your birth date? Let me know your insurance number, and they would have to search. This is when you, let's say, spend not much money on your ERP system or on your CRM system. You have the problem that you lose time and you care not for a good client satisfaction, because the information is not at hand, or is not updated, or it's legacy or old information, and it will not help you for your call. And with such a CRM tool, you even can earn money. For instance, if you have a car with a service maintenance contract. So what happens with my car, it's a Mercedes, I have an app. So, and when I have a problem, or they see that I have to bring it to maintenance, I get automatically a call, and they send me within the app a message, and they call me and they let me know, okay, it's necessary to come to maintenance. I have these and these dates for you. Also, I can click call back, and if I call them back, they have each information at hand. They know which car I have, which problem I have, and they can read out which problems I had in the past. For instance, if I have certain problems in my steering module of the car, they would know it prior to the event. So this is when you have advanced CRM software in place. So what it means, any organization, any company, any hospital, they all have to some extent an ERP system, which is the umbrella and an underlying CRM module. And depending on the CRM tool and the subscriptions you buy, you have certain, let's say, benefits and tools in place which can help you to manage your client, patient, customer approach by giving you all the necessary information behind. You can see even the projects. So we have a hotline in place. When a client calls with the number, a window is popping up on your desk, and it tells you which contracts the client has, which client is calling you, what his interests are when they had the last meetings, and what the reason could be for the call. So you see that here. It's a single and complete view of every customer. A customer can also be a patient, in our case, if it's health oriented. And not less important, the extended channels. So, and this relevant data for the sales team is also written down by naming the past and the planned contacts and the meetings that took place so far. So you can even see what's been bespoken with the caller in the last call or in the last meeting, so that you know what could be the reason for this call. Why do you need that? Question is, and you know, some institutes, some organizations or companies, they don't have a good CRM tool in place. Some have, and if you have that, usually your clients or your partners are feeling more or have a better care than they would have without a proper CRM. So this means, and especially if you have clients which brings value into your company, or if you have, let's say, private patients which you want to keep and you do not want them to go to another physician or hospital or health organization, then it's important that you keep them, because you see that here, it costs 6 times more to acquire than a new client than to keep your existing one. I think this is the main argument for a CRM. And another big argument is, I don't know if you had this experience, but if you're in a hotline where you have to wait, let's say half an hour, and then you get someone on the call who says, oh, what do you want? I'm not responsible, I'm not accountable, I'm not in charge. I forward you to my colleague, and then you stay another 10 or 20 minutes. So you are dissatisfied. And if you're dissatisfied, there are statistics that you will tell 8 or 10 people you know about your bad experience with a certain hotline. And this hotline can be in a hospital, from a car maintenance provider, or for a telco provider where you have your DSL line, could be anything.
So this is basically a communication tool for the better management in any industry.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Because it not only brings satisfaction, it also saves you money. Because if you always have to forward to some people, and you have to search for information in your files or in your share, it costs you time. It costs time of the people. And a system you can help you to bring the necessary information at hand saves you money. And it can increase customer retention. You see here, can boost sales by 85%. And this is not only valid for profit companies, it's also valid for health organization, health companies. I don't know whom of you is a private patient, but if you would find out, normally you have 2 numbers. You have one number for public, for civil patients, and you have a number for private patients. And what happens is, the good CRM tool subscription is for private patients, because with them you earn your money. So you get 10 times more money, and you can make profit as a public, but also as a private-owned clinic or hospital if you have private patients. And the ratio should be at least 10%. If you do not have that, you have problems to make any profit. As I said always in the past sessions, most of the health clinics and organizations facing insolvency, at least half of them. So it's important that you take care for your private patients. So I have a private insurance. So if I call a physician's doctor or a clinic, usually the phone gets picked up within a few seconds. They know who I am. They ask me what I want to have, and they offer me good meetings, and immediate. It takes immediate actions, and they have all the required and necessary information. And for them, most physicians or practice or clinics using a CRM system. And you have a different number. You have then a certain extension numbers, for instance, the 100 for private patients, and 200 for public, for civil patients. And here it takes longer, and they do not use these tools, but here they're using their tools. You see here, these are the arguments for that. Yeah, you see odds of selling new customer 15%, current customer is 50%. And if you resolve or you help your good clients who pay a lot of money or your private patients with a good service, you won't have complaints if you fix their service problems. And they will do business with you again. This is the main reason. So usually CRM has 3 phases, which is acquisition, enhancement, and retain. Acquire is clear. You always look out for new clients. You offer services. This can also be in the health industry, that you offer services for certain examinations or physical trainings or stuff which you want to offer. You enhance certain service for support, and you try to do some cross and upselling if you have a client at hand. And if you have existing client customer base, you try to retain them by proactively keep the contact with them, taking care that they are loyal, and that they're profitable for you. And the ERP CRM system will help you to manage on that. So this is for today. I don't know. I think next week is you have 2 weeks off, or Easter holidays, right? Is that the case?
No.
No.
No. We have normal classes next Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday are off.
Only 3 days.
Yes, basically. This isn't school.
Okay. Yeah, because Brigitte said you have 2 weeks off.
Really?
Yeah.
I looked at
She said, because I tell you why. I wanted to come in the second week of the Easter holidays, and she said, no one will be there because it's Easter holidays.
I'm currently looking at the schedule, and the days from the 14th till the 19th are grayed out. Everything else is in there normally.
She said it's 2 weeks pause. I'm absolutely sure. But let's check that. I will ask her.
Yes,
Maybe they
do
will
that.
change it in the couple of days coming.
Yeah, but I don't think that we have 2 weeks off. Why would we have 2 weeks off?
Yeah,
This is
for
not.
me, it's the same as you said. It's from the 14th till the 19th.
Yeah.
And she said to me, it's from the 10th to the 21st or 22nd.
I don't know about that.
I will ask her.
Yeah, please do.
Good.
But if it's true, then please tell
I
her
send you a
that she
message in
she should update us.
Yeah. Or I send you an email, or I put it on iLearn. It's easier because I don't have all your email address.
Yep, sure.
I will check with her.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. Then take care. Enjoy the rest of the day. Speak to you.
Same to you.
Thank
Okay,
you. Bye
Take
bye.
care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, hi Osborne.